Well, it's finally here. The JOECAR Apex Racing Series Awards ceremony and Season 2 Draft is finally here. I'm Obo, and I'm the only one in the booth today, which is kind of depressing. Anyways, let's get started with this and kick off the season. Before we do that, however, we have an injury report to read after the DECRA last spring season finale. So after the season finale, our list of injured drivers has grown. Anyways, they've all healed now, so they're all set to race when we get back. Starting off on lap 4, Morgan Geekin got underneath Flint and Steel, sending Steel spinning on the inside grass before coming to a stop after hitting the wall. Anyways, Morgan Geekin chose violence and decided that if he wasn't going to win, nobody was. Therefore, he decided to go bowling and sent Franz Hermann sliding up to the wall and into the catch fence in turn 3. Lap 23, Scott Maverick attempted to push PTSD, but turned himself, Axel Banks, and Bubba Brooks in the process of doing so. Both Scott Maverick and Bubba Brooks then hit the wall backwards. Bubba arguably received the worst of it as he ended up on his roof. However, Jimmy Morante in the 38 decided not to break at all, so he fully sent it into Scott Maverick at full speed. Scotty Mav is now 3 inches taller than before after getting out of the car because the impact straightened his spine out. On lap 32, PTSD rode up the track off turn 3, turning both him and creepy-ass Shadow Man into the inside wall on the front straight at over 200 miles an hour, causing PD to get launched into the air and barrel rolling about 26 times, give or take a few. Creepy-ass Shadow Man got smoke inhalation from the crash, but he's made of smoke, so that's probably a misdiagnosis. However, PTSD did not have a misdiagnosis as the sheer amount of G-force he suffered in the car caused him to get spaghettified, and I'm 99% sure nobody can survive that. Lastly, Fernando Alonso turned H off of turn 1 on lap 43, sending them both into the inside fence. However, H hit the guardrail so hard his car got stuck, so that's suboptimal for him, I guess. Alonso drove off okay, and H is in one piece, thankfully. Yeah, that's all for the injury report. Those drivers, except for PTSD, were lucky to survive the season, but before we go to the festivities, we're going to read off the names of the poor souls who didn't survive last season or the pre-reboot era. Jimothy Sr., driver of the number 10 Chevrolet. He turned into a tornado during the tire test at the Nürburgring Nordschleife. Braden Barber, driver of the 96 Buick during the pre-reboot era. He hit the pit attenuator on Indianapolis on the first lap of the series. At least 10 spectators in total at New Hampshire, after Charles Light got turned by H off of turn 4. To be fair, they did sign the waiver knowing damn well they could die. James Wilkerson, driver of the 08 Buick. He was too old for the turn 9 slip and slide at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Lightning McQueen, driver of the 95. The rust got to him before the Rusties worked during the off-season between the pre-reboot era and Season 1. William Barber, driver of the 96 Buick, who was LaJoyed by Bubba Brooks at Boston last season. PTSD, driver of the 27 Chevy, who was sandwiched by the Shadow Man in Germany. Lastly, Figgy Earnhardt, prospect driver of the 88 Chevy for Eva Motorsport, who was killed by a speeding dump truck on the way to the Season 6 JOECAR Draft. Now, let's take a moment of silence to remember the lives lost. This is stupid. Let's move on. Looking at the Season 1 point standings, I'm a Joke is your champion with 58 points, 28 over second and third place Franz Hermann and Creepy Ass Shadow Man respectively, who both scored 30 points each. Jacob Stone also tied with Wyatt Cooper in points with 25. Once again, we have another tie with Jimothy Jr. being tied with Morgan Geekin with 23. In 8th, Jert Beam scored 22 points last season. 9th, Scott Maverick with 20. And in 10th, William Barber, who died halfway through the season, still managed to score 16 points. If you're losing to a guy who died halfway through the season, you need to lock in. Outside of the top 10 is the all-seeing eye, who racked up 15 points and finished 11th in the standings. In 12th position, Andrew Au scored 13 points at Pigs Creek, making him 12th in the standings. 13th this season is PTSD, who got 12 points. Rest in peace. 14th, Ryan Pringles got 11 points, as Dorito's points got transferred to him. Tied for 15th is Belijah J. Bill and Bard Merchant, both having 10 points. 17th, Jimmy Voorhees has 8. Tied for 18th, Fernando Alonso and Jeff Ford both have 6 points. 20th, Joseph Logg accumulated 4 points across the season. Matthew Williams scored 3 points, making him 21st in the standings. Ben Jutras tied Gordon Freeman for 22nd with 2 points, and Axel Banks and The Fog both scored 1 point each for 24th. And for the pointless drivers, we have Reed Timma, Flint and Steel, Jimmy Morante, and Bubba Brooks. Only one will have a full-time seat next season. Here's the points format for Season 2, with 15 points being awarded for winning a race. Second gets 12, third gets 10, fourth gets 5, then 3, 2, and 7th gets 1 point. Fastest laps now only get 2 points, and pole position gets 5 points, the same amount as before. If a driver gets a Grand Slam, in which they get pole position, fastest lap, and win the race, they max out at 22 points. Last season, if they got one, they would get 28. This is because the higher-ups want to make the championship battle closer. Anyways, moving on to the actual awards, the on-point award is given to every driver who finished every single race this season without crashing. The winners of this award are as follows. Nobody, as everyone wrecked at least once. The Bobblehead Award is given to the single driver who misses the most races in a season due to an injury. Drivers who died this season will not be eligible for this award. For Season 1, Pathu Billiam wins the Season 1 Bobblehead Award for missing 3 races this season. Some honorable mentions include Creepy Ass Shadowman, who also missed 3 races this season, and PTSD and Bubba Brooks, who both missed 1. The Project 21 driver of the season is the driver of the Project 21 car who produced the best result in a race. The winner of this award gets a full-time seat for Season 2, and that award will go to Kyle Williams, who won in Boston. No surprise there. So he'll be dropping the number 12 Marlboro car next season for Team 21, so congrats to him. The Rookie of the Year award goes to the driver who scored the most points who wasn't in the pre-reboot era, and that driver will be Franz Herrmann, who scored 30 points this season. Honorable mentions include Jacob Stone with 25 and Jim Jimothy Jr. with 23. The Least Valuable Driver award is voted on by the fans, yes, you, to determine the worst driver all season. The winner of this award will have their entry revoked, but will have one last chance in the Project 21 car for one race. That award will go to Flint and Steel, who accumulated 50% of the vote. Honorable mentions include Jimmy Morante with 25% of the vote and Bubba Brooks with 25%. The Commentator Award goes to a driver who scored no points last season, voted on by the announcers, who will have a guaranteed seat next season. And the winner of this award will be Reed Tema, who accumulated half of the vote. Jimmy Morante and Bubba Brooks both received 25% of the vote, while Flint and Steel got 0% of the vote. The Wrecker Award is given to the single driver who has the most DNFs in a season. The driver who wins this award, unsurprisingly, is Elijah J. Bell, who wrecked 80% of the time out of the races he entered. Honorable mentions for this are Bubba Brooks, who wrecked out 3 of the 5 times he started a race. Another honorable mention is Wyatt Cooper and Reed Tema, with 3 out of the 6 entries ending up with a DNF for both of them. Big news, we're expanding Season 2 to 7 races as shown on this slide. Anywho, looking at the Season 2 Project 21 schedule, for the first race, Cletus Mason will be racing and hopefully not doom-scrolling on his phone. The second race will have undrafted tow car and former JOECAR driver Charles Legg returning to the series. For race 3, Flint and Steel will drive the 21. For the fourth race, John Finch will return. Race 5, Austin Hillbilly. Race 6, Heinz Harold Duncan will return. And the last race, the season finale, Alco Hall will be returning. We have breaking news from Rob Berry, our own reporter. He says there has been rumors of an explosion near the JOECAR headquarters involving a train and a truck, and that he hopes everyone is okay. I hope everyone's okay. I'm sure you hope everyone's okay. And now, it's the section of the video everyone has been waiting for, the JOECAR Season 2 Draft. Without further ado, the first overall pick will be Dorito, who will be driving the 16 Chevrolet for Pringles. He was an employee at an OXXO in Mexico City until he signed the JOECAR entry sheet instead of his timesheet. I really hope I pronounced that correctly. The second overall pick will be Mason Lumar, who will be driving the 68 Chevrolet for 59 Autosport. He replaced Elijah J. Bill at Trenton, but flipped the car, unfortunately. He is, however, a champion in the Stupid Cup series, so that makes him a good pick for him. Now, the third overall pick will be Adam Gilmore, who will be driving the 36 Honda for Black and Gold Motorsports. Adam Gilmore was a hockey player turned golfer after an injury, who then turned into a spotter after he got fired from his golf team after driving a golf cart into a ditch. After that, he stole a race truck in the abandoned Mobil 1 Series preseason testing and became the fastest driver, and so he turned to becoming a race car driver. So, good story from Adam Gilmore, but the fourth overall pick in the Season 2 draft will be Mike Harmon. What? Since he's in the draft and has been selected, I suppose he'll drive the 74 from Mike Harmon Racing. Doesn't say which manufacturer, though, so, yeah. Moving on, the 5th overall pick will be Ben Dover. He's currently racing in the Stupid Cup Series full-time, but will be racing in the Apex Series full-time as well now. He knows that this is dangerous, but he's signed up for it. He'll drive the 88 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. Moving on, the 6th overall pick will be Connor Spinach. He was a former IMSA driver and is not related to Connor Zilic. Anyways, he'll drive the 38 Pontiac for more power, replacing Jimmy Morante after his abysmal Season 1. Moving on to the 7th overall pick, that will be Frank Wurst, who will drive the 47 Oscar Mayer car for Mike Harmon Racing. He's going to be driving a Plymouth, so I assume that Mike Harmon will be racing a Plymouth as well. He was a butcher in Heppenheim, Germany, but went to a DTM race and rethought his life choices to become a race car driver. Up next, the 8th overall pick will be LSD. He will drive the number 27 Chevrolet for Bread Inc. following the death of PTSD last season at the Decker license ring. He was the son of PTSD, and he used to race in a Costco parking lot until the cops arrested him for speeding. Moving on, the second to last overall pick in this draft is going to be Philium Byron. He drives a car. He also happens to sell propane and propane accessories. He'll be driving the number 8 Chevrolet for Pringles. Moving on, the 10th and final pick for the Season 2 Apex Series will be Seb Stinging Nettle. He'll drive the 91 for American Racing. He liked to go outdoors as a kid, but something unfortunate happened, and so his nickname is Stinging Nettle. So, yeah. Uh-oh. We have a news update from Rob Berry about that incident that took place earlier. The bus that was in the incident earlier was, in fact, ours. One of our buses was there, so, yeah, we got a video of the incident on the next slide. Viewer discretion is advised for those watching. Oh, yeah, there's our bus filled with JOECAR hopefuls. There it goes. All the people are wishing him good luck. Goes another one of our buses. Oh, wait, what is he doing? He missed the bus. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, that's not good. I think he's gonna get hit by the semi. But here comes the train. Oh, God. Oh! Oh, my God. Oh, it only gets worse, so okay. Oh, my God. That was hellacious, but I've received the names of the drivers who were on that bus who passed away. So, those lost in the crash today were Q-Tip Terry, Juan Pablo Toyota, Juan Pablo Joyota, Juan Jablo Toyota, Max Verstappen, Maximus Verstappemus, Kidney Bean, Jet Dryer number 194, Hajaleb J. Lib, The Frog is Coming, 500,000 Bees, Cigarette Eater, Parson Kosovar, H Squared, 69, Fernando Norris, Braden Barber II, no relation, and Matt Crafting Table. Rest in peace to all involved in the hellacious incident that just happened. Anyways, I believe that's all for the Season 2 Apex Series Draft. Me and the other guys in the booth, we're not here with me right now. We'll see you guys at Coca-Cola Super Speedway this Tuesday on June 15th at 5 o'clock p.m. EST. I am Obo, and that's all for tonight. Take care, everyone.